Okay, I'm back, and there's like a zillion problems dealing with the tool shed that's rented out for self-propelled riding mowers, all that. There's like a zillion of them. So I thought that we would just work through the problem together, and that answers like several of the questions, and maybe hopefully doing them all together makes sense. Okay, so what I've got here is I just printed this out. Let's just ignore this and just read the problem. Okay, looking. All right, so in day one, the tool shed rented out 25 self-propelled and riding mowers for a total fee of $900. The daily rental for a self-propelled mower was $20, and the riding mowers was $40. Find the number of self-propelled and the number of riding mowers rented that day. Okay, this is a classic system of equations problem. Okay, you typically you're going to come up with two equations. That's a system of equations. One is going to be, in this particular case, when you're dealing with money, usually one is about counting the items and one is about how much the items cost. Okay, so we need to come up with two equations. So let's talk counting. All right, so in one day, this guy rented 25 self-propelled mowers. Okay. Oh, and riding mowers. Okay, so we don't know how many self-propelled or how many riding. Okay, but we do know that all together 25 of some sort of a piece of equipment was rented. Okay? And then, of course, the next one deals with the money. So let's come up with the first equation dealing with the counting, or how many. Okay? So what we do is we're going to use variables x and y, and we're going to let x be, let's just say the first one, self-propelled, and y is going to represent, this is going to be the number of self-propelled, and y is the number of riding mowers. Okay, so we don't know what they are. That's why we gave them letters. So in one day, he rented out 25 of these guys. Okay, that 25 pieces of machinery consisted of self-propelled mowers and riding mowers. So however many of these plus however many of these is going to be a total. All right, so that is your counting. Okay, you know, this could be 20 and 5. This could be, you know, whatever. I don't want to sit here and try to do mental math because then I'll make a fool of myself. But anyway, you know, it used to be, well, no, because we're adding. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. 5, 15, and 10. All right, but we don't know. We don't know. And a lot of people can sit here and fiddle and find the answer, and that's fine, whatever it takes. But anyway, so this is your counting. Okay, so this is one equation. The next equation is going to deal with the money. All right, so the next equation talks about, okay, he rented 25 pieces of equipment for a total fee of $900. Okay, and then he tells you self-propelled cost $20 and riding cost $40. All right, so we're going to look at our counting one and we're going to add money. Okay, we're going to add money. So if self-propelled mowers cost $20, it's going to be $20 times however many mowers I rent. Okay, so let me use a different color. So I'm going to take the number of self-propelled mowers that I rent, and I'm off the screen, sorry. And I'm going to multiply that by the cost of renting them. Okay, now that's kind of messy. Here, let me rewrite this. There we go. Okay, so $20 times however many numbers of these. Okay, and the riding lawnmowers are more. They cost $40. So $40 times however many riding mowers there are. Okay, and then it tells you the total was $900. Now we don't do anything with this 25 here, okay? We just put the total, 900 bucks. Okay? So this is your money equation. So notice you have two equations. Now then, I didn't research real quick to see exactly how they wanted you to do this, but I'm going to tell you how the easiest way to do it, and hopefully that was what they taught you. All right? In order to solve this, you need to use, I think the simpler thing would be elimination. Okay? So let me rewrite this and let's start talking elimination. All right, so we've got x plus y equals 25. Okay, now then, in the last two videos about elimination, I talked about twins all day long until I was blue in the face, right? So if I sit here and tell you look for twins, you're not going to find any, right? So we're going to make our own twins, okay? So let's just pick a variable to get rid of. Let's just do it. It doesn't matter which one you pick, okay? So just for the sake of whatever, the order of things, let's just say, let's get rid of the x's right now. Let's just get them out of my face so that I can figure out what y is. So in order to eliminate x's, I need this x to be a twin. And let me just leave it like that so I can show you subtraction. Okay? So in order for this to become a twin, I need a 20 there. And I can't just put a 20 here. But I can put a 20 on the entire equation so that it's still basically the same equation. It's just been factored up or whatever or multiplied by 20. Okay? So we're going to multiply this equation by 20. All right? So that means we're going to multiply the x by 20, the y by 20, and the 25 by 20. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite this new equation down here. Order doesn't matter, by the way. So 20 times x is just 20x. 20 times y is just 20y. Okay, 20 times 25 is, what is that? Like 100,000 something, I don't know. I have the lights turned off, I can't see what I'm doing. 500, I knew that. 500. Okay, so what I did is I did 20 times everything in this equation. So this equation is the same thing other than it's been multiplied by 20. Okay, so now we're just going to look at these two equations for elimination. So now there's my twins. Now then, before I talked about in my last video, same sign subtract, right? These guys are the same sign. One's not negative, they're both positive. I could have made this entire equation negative. I could have multiplied everything by negative 20, and then this would have all been negatives, and that's perfectly legal, and you know, I would tell you to go for it like that. Then you can add. But I wanted to illustrate subtracting anyway. So since these guys are the same sign, we're going to subtract. Same sign, subtract. And there's no negatives here yet. There's fixing to be, though we have to worry about it. Okay? So we're going to subtract. So here's my 0. 20 minus 20 is 0. Gone. Eliminated. 40 minus 20 is 20. Oh, no negatives at all. I was doing math upside down. 900 minus 500 is 400. And now I can figure out what y is, right? 20 times what is 400? 20, right? 20 times 20. I always get nervous when I do this. I think I'm going to make a really bad math error, so I have to check myself so I don't make a fool. So right now we just figured out that he rented out 20 riding lawnmowers, right? 20 riding lawnmowers, because we said that y was riding lawnmowers. Okay, and we can figure out easily how many self-propelled, but I'll slow down a little bit, okay? So we got 20 riding lawnmowers. So now I made an extra equation here. And then I just wanted to tell you that when you find one of the variables, you can choose any of these equations. You can choose this equation that we made up here, or you can choose this one, or you can choose the original equation here, which I would here because I can use mental math. I already know how many self-propelled by using mental math. Okay, so we're going to use this one. So we're going to plug, just for sake of showing you the steps, because I know we already know the answer, but I'm going to plug this number into the original equation and solve for x. Okay, so x, make sure I got me here, plus y, which is now 20, equals 25. So how many self-propelled mowers? Sorry about that. I've got my screensaver on my computer, and all right. So x equals 5. So this is the number of self-propelled. Okay. So that should answer all of those dang questions. On the tool shed, we created the equations, and we solved for the different things, which there was like 4 or 5 questions. So hopefully that helps you with that one.